You know that feeling, right? You're scrolling online, minding your own business, and then bam, a cat video, and you're stuck. Or you see a cat on the street, and get this overwhelming urge to just scoop it up and protect it. Well, that feeling, it is not an accident. It is a biological superpower that cats have been using against us for centuries. But here's the twist. What if that very same instinct, our love for that adorable little face, has been twisted into something that's actually dangerous? Today, we're going to crack the code on cat cuteness and uncover a really troubling consequence of our obsession.
Okay, so let's just get right to it. It all comes down to this one question. I mean, seriously, look at this face. What is it about this exact combination? The giant eyes, the tiny nose, that perfectly round head that completely hijacks our brains and just melts all our defenses. This isn't just you thinking, oh, that's nice. Nope. This is a biological command. And to figure out where that command comes from, we got to go back in time to a pretty game-changing idea from the 1940s.
So here's the secret, and it's a big one. The key to understanding why cats are so cute has almost nothing to do with cats. I know, weird, right? It has everything to do with us. It's all about a deep, ancient program that's hardwired into every single human brain. You can think of it as the baby code, a set of signals that flips a very specific and very powerful switch inside of us.
And this is the guy who first cracked that code, a brilliant ethologist named Konrad Lorenz. Back in 1949, he had this incredible insight. He realized that human babies have this special set of features that work like a trigger. The second our brain sees them, it's just flooded with this powerful instinct to nurture, to care for, and to protect. It's not just us being sentimental, it's a survival mechanism. It's nature's way of making sure we don't, abandon our helpless little offspring.
Lorenz gave these triggers a kind of fancy German name, the Kindchen schema. All it really means is baby schema. And you can think of it like a universal blueprint for cuteness. What's so amazing is that it doesn't matter what culture you're from or what you personally like, this thing is baked into our biology. When our eyes see this schema, our brain sends out an alert. Protect this thing. Take care of it.
So what's in this magic formula? Well, take a look at the checklist. We're talking a big head compared to the body, a high round forehead, and huge eyes that are set low on the face. Then you add in some chubby cheeks, a tiny nose and mouth, short, stubby little limbs, and a soft kind of round body shape. Does that sound a little familiar? Because every single one of those things just screams baby to our brain, and that is the whole key.
Which, of course, brings us to our furry little masterminds. Because it turns out that cats, whether it was just a lucky evolutionary roll of the dice or part of their long-term plan to conquer us, have absolutely perfected the formula for hacking our baby-loving brains.
I mean, they are total experts at hitting every single one of those triggers we just talked about. Just picture a cat's face right now. The big eyes, which are great for hunting, but just happen to look exactly like a baby's, the high forehead, the little nose. Cats are basically walking, purring cheat codes for evolutionary programming. They totally cracked it. And hey, this isn't just a cool theory. It's something we can actually measure. There was this fantastic study where researchers took pictures of human babies, cats, and adult humans, and then they photoshopped them to either have more baby-like features or fewer. The results, as you can see, are super clear. Across the board, the versions with more of those baby schema traits were rated as way, way cuter. It proves our brain just responds the same way, whether it's looking at a person or a pussycat. And get this, it goes even deeper. Cats don't just look like babies. A lot of the time, they act like them too. It's because of something called neoteny, which is just a sciencey way of saying they keep their juvenile kitten-like traits even when they're all grown up. Physically, they keep the big eyes and round face. And behaviorally, when they do that kneading thing, making biscuits? That's a total kitten move they used to do on their moms. And the meow? That's the real genius move. Research shows they basically developed that sound just for us, tweaking the pitch so it sounds an awful lot like a human baby crying. Clever, right?
So, for thousands of years, being cute was this incredible evolutionary tool for cats. It worked great for them. But over the last century or so, our part in their story changed. A lot. We went from just being folks who admired them to being active sculptors of their bodies. And our obsession with cuteness became a weapon with some really, really troubling consequences.
You see, for most of history, cats kind of domesticated themselves. They just hung around us. But then we get to 1871, the first official cat show in London. And that event changed the game completely. All of a sudden, cats were a status symbol. It wasn't about being a good hunter anymore. It was about how you looked.
And this kicked off this intense period of selective breeding, where we started shaping cats just for looks, pushing those cute features to the absolute extreme. And this picture? Wow. It shows you everything you need to know. On the left, that's a prize-winning Persian from 1899. Notice its face. It has a nose, a muzzle. Its eyes look proportional. It looks like a cat. Now look at the modern one on the right. The change is absolutely shocking. We have taken that natural cuteness and we have exaggerated it so much that it's almost unrecognizable. Let's break down what's actually different.
So the cat from 1899 had a normal, medium proportion skull. The modern cat has what's called a brachycephalic skull, basically a flat face. The muzzle is almost completely gone. The eyes have gotten way bigger and they're bulging, and there are all these skin folds on the face. We didn't just stumble upon these features, we actively, intentionally engineered them into existence.
And this slide really shows you the roadmap of how we did it. We started with a natural cat face, that's A. Then, through breeding, we got to B, the doll face, which already starts pushing those baby-like features. But we didn't stop there. We kept going, all the way to C, the extreme show face. This whole journey from A to C happened for one reason, our desire to make a living creature that maxes out every single one of those cuteness triggers in our brain.
And this is where our love of cute things takes a really dark turn. Because that face, the one we worked so hard to create, the one our brains are literally programmed to adore, well, it comes at a terrible hidden price, and the cats are the ones paying for it.
Let's be really clear about this. Our preference for how something looks, our desire for a cat that looks like a little living doll, has directly created a massive animal welfare crisis. The very features that we find so adorable are, for these animals, a source of chronic, lifelong pain and suffering. The list of health problems that come with this is just horrifying. That tiny squished-in nose means they struggle to breathe for their entire lives. Those big, bulging eyes, they're incredibly vulnerable to injuries and infections. The deep skin folds on their face can get horrible skin infections. These cats can have trouble eating, trouble cleaning themselves, even trouble giving birth. We have intentionally bred animals that are just fundamentally broken, unable to do the most basic things a cat should be able to do. So, we have to end it there. The science of cuteness is a fascinating look into our own minds, into our own psychology. But it also forces us to face a really serious ethical problem. We are hardwired by evolution to love and protect these creatures with baby faces. But in our quest to make them even more baby-like, we are causing incredible suffering. And it forces all of us to ask a very difficult question. At what point does our affection for them become an affliction on them?